We are living in a time like no other in history, but fortunately for us, God wrote it all down in His prophecies. Find out what prophecies happened this week ripped straight from the headlines. Stay tuned for the Prophecy Headlines News Show on the Remnant's Call.
Let's get ready for the Remnant's Call. End time. Prophecy news. Everybody. Da, 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 da. End time prophecy news. Let's see what we got going here. We got this going here. We're going over to here. And our first news stories are from Israel. Always from Israel. So our first news story from Israel is Trump says Gaza Board of Peace membership is to be announced early 2026. Board of Peace. That's a fascinating term that the president's using. A Board of Peace. So what would be a Board of Peace? It's something very, very interesting to see. Is that a prophecy that we're seeing there? Let me see here. Let me go over here and then here and do this here and let's do over to here. Let's fade this over. So let's see what we got on there. That's from Jeremiah 6:14. They'll say peace, peace, but there is no peace. So we have the Board of Peace. That's fascinating. That's going to be announced in 2026. Okay, let's go over to the next one here. And we got our next slide. And U.S. reports appointing two-star general to lead Gaza stabilization force as Trump administration sets stage for next phase of the peace plan. This is something very fascinating, everybody, that we're having other militaries other than Israel and America, different uniforms in the Gaza Strip. So we got peace, there is no peace. And we got other military people from other countries going to be in the Gaza under this two-star general from America, from different countries. That doesn't sound very good for Israel when you're having other military people from other countries basically in your land. Let's go next slide. Let's pay attention to the end-time prophecy news, what's going on around the globe. Our first prophecy is from Revelation 22, verse 15. This is about people, liars. We're going to talk about liars here. Okay, practice falsehood. So let's go here to the news story about this. Quademic surge forces schools to close, triggers mask mandate across the U.S. We remember this from the C, that thing that we had back in 2019. Okay, and now they're pushing this quademic surge of H3N2 C19er. RSV, it's terrible. So they're pushing that. They're going to put the things on our faces again, and this is all happening. So pay attention to what's going on. Make sure you got your vitamins, you got your I like the apricot seeds. It works great for me. Haven't gotten sick. So, get your stuff beforehand, and so that you don't get caught with the quademic surge. Next prophecy, take your children. In Deuteronomy 28, verse 32, the Lord says, I'm going to take your kids if you don't follow my word. So let's see the news story that happened with that one. This is on the opposite. Supreme Court protects religious liberty in landmark vaccination case. Orders New York mandate reconsidered. Okay, major victory for religious liberty and parental rights in the U.S. Supreme Court on Monday reversed a lower court ruling that had upheld New York State's strict vaccine mandates for school children. This is huge, Gibson said. The Supreme Court has now made plain that parents do not surrender their religious rights at the schoolhouse door. So this sets up a big fight, everybody, a very big fight. Next prophecy, the mark of the beast. This one's coming fast and furious, so get ready for major changes in the world. So let's see what's happening with the mark of the beast. This is Revelation 13, verse 16 and 17. Okay, Alaska advances AI-powered digital identity system linking identity with paymastered with an ambitious overhaul of My Alaska digital identity platform. So in Alaska, they've really gone to the edge here, where people are going to be using this AI-powered mark of the beast, which is not good. The State Department of Administration, through its Office of Information Technology, has issued a request for information outlining this version. And you got AI modules capable of reading documents, verifying eligibility, processing tokenized things. This is getting crazy, everybody. So be ready, because you're going to have to make some decisions coming up very shortly. Next slide. Sickness. Devarim, Deuteronomy 28, verse 22. Jehovah will strike you down with wasting diseases, fever, inflammation, fiery heat, drought, blasting winds, and mildew. Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on the sickness avenue here. EU warns of rising listeria threat as aging population and changing diets drive infections. Okay, so what do we got here? We got European Union health authorities. Okay, so once you hear that, that's generally not something good, and you don't want to be part of it anyway. So let's see what we got here. In the yellow, let's go to the bottom here. In 2024, listeria caused the highest proportion of hospitalizations and deaths among all foodborne infections reported in the European Union, according to the report seen by Worthy News. Around 7, let me see here, I'll move this graphic down here. See what we got here. Let's move this over here. According to the report seen by Worthy News, around 7 in 10 infected patients required hospital care. 1 in 12 died, researchers say. So this is something very fascinating that's going on here. They got these viruses supposedly happening, and we got all this stuff happening. So be careful out there. Be wary of people that want to take away your rights and all the other fun stuff. Okay, what we got here? Bring this up over here. Okay, we got that over there. Let's move on to the next slide here. Next slide. War. Matthew 24, verse 7. For peoples will fight each other, and nations will fight each other. We got a lot of things going on around the globe that's not being played out too big in the news. But they are happening, and we need to take note of them, because Messiah said these will be signs of his return. Okay? Thailand and Cambodia are going to war. And there's lots of little skirmishes going on around the globe. You got Thailand and Colombia and Cambodia. You got other countries. So this is not being played out in really any of the news formats. So Thailand and Cambodia rush reinforcements to their shared frontier Wednesday as artillery exchanges and airstrikes shattered a fragile ceasefire, forcing thousands of residents on both sides of the border to flee. So you got these two countries going on. You got other countries. You got America doing stuff with Argentina, trying to block their stuff from coming out. So it's getting kind of hot out there. So be ready for anything that can happen. Be ready for anything that can happen. So next slide. So if you're out there, please go to our website, BGMCTV, that's BGMCTV.org, and please hit the little donate button. We can really use funding, any type of funding, from $1.50 to $500 million. So that's BGMCTV.org, that's BGMCTV.org. Shalom.